Hi there everyone, it's Monday. Let's make Monday matter. And today in terms of science, we're talking about codominance. So we talked a little bit about this last week, and remember that there's three types of things that can happen with our alleles. We have complete dominance, where the dominant trait totally masks and covers the recessive trait. We have codominance, which is our focus today, where you have two traits, both of which are dominant, and they come together and both show up and are expressed. So for example, the two that we have here, we have our bluebird and our whitebird, and when the two of them produce offspring, we get a blue and white bird. We have a red cow and a white cow, and we get a red and white cow. So that's our focus today, is when the two come together and both of them are expressed. And we call that a heterozygote because there's one of each allele. And then tomorrow we'll get back into incomplete dominance, where we have two traits that come together, kind of mix and blend and create a whole new expressed trait. All right, let's get into codominance. So we're going to be talking about blood type. So there are three types of blood: A, B, O, and then there's a special fourth type, which is called AB. And here are the possible genotypes, which remember that when we use the word genotypes, we're talking about the alleles. And the phenotypes are the physical characteristic. So if we have blood type A, what are our possible genotypes? Well, looking at the above chart, we can see that there are two possible genotypes for type A. They could be AA, or we could have AO. So there are two possibilities. If they're blood type B, possible genotypes, again, we have two. Capital B, capital B, capital BO. If we have type AB blood, what is our possible genotype? So here, the only way to get type AB blood is to have allele A and allele B. Our next one, in order to have O blood, we'd have to have OO. So now as we're looking at these genotypes, something that we can note: anytime that there is an A or a B along with an O, that O gets masked and it's getting covered up. So we can deduce that O is an example of a recessive trait. And that makes A dominant and B is dominant. Because whenever they are present, they mask the O. But then we have type AB. When you have type AB, it's neither A or B. It is both of them showing up. So this is our example of codominance, where both show up. All right, let's take a look at some practice questions and let's see what happens. So our first one is could two individuals with type A blood ever produce any offspring with type O blood? Well, as we analyze this, okay, let's think about the type A blood. If they are type A blood, their types of genotypes, they could be capital A, or they could be capital AO. And so we want to know if they can produce any offspring with type O blood. Well, there's only one way to get type O blood, and that's to have OO. So is there any possibility that we can make this happen? So one thing that could happen is we could have one individual with AA. The other individual could have AA. We could have an AO with an AA. Put that in the wrong place. Let me move that down. Or we could have AO with AO. So those are all the different things that could happen. So would any of those produce type OO blood? Well, let's check it out. If we fill out our punnets, in this first one, if we do 2 homozygous type A bloods, we get 100% type A. If we take a look at our second one, we get AA, AA, AO, AO. So again, here we're going to have 100% type A blood. We have 2 that are homozygous and 2 that are heterozygous. So far, no way to have a type O blood yet. Now, if we breed 2 heterozygotes, we'll get capital, AO, AO, and OO. So folks, is it possible? And the answer, in this case, we did get it, is yes. 25% chance. If we breed 2 heterozygous, which means they both have to be a carrier for the type O blood. All right, this time I'd like you to go ahead and number 6 on your own. You can pause the video and then come on back. Be sure to use claim, evidence, and explanation in giving your answer by providing Punnett squares to show your work. Okay, hopefully you paused, and now let's see how you did. So we have 2 individuals with type O blood. Well, the only way to have type O blood is to have the genotype OO. And our question is can they produce any offspring with type A blood? Which means they would have to end up as A, or A, O. So let's take a look. If we create our Punnett square with our 2 parent generations, and we complete our Punnett square, and end up with OO, 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 and OO. So did we have any A, or AO? And the answer is no. So therefore it's not possible. The offspring would be, and here's our evidence, 100% type O blood. That would be their phenotype because all of our alleles are OO. Okay, so that's giving you a start. I'd like you guys to go ahead and finish up those last 5 questions on your own. Be sure to show some Punnett squares, proving your work, and then giving your explanation to support. Work hard today, guys, and have a great day.